Are we rolling? Sound? Nobody said sound speed.
Rolling.
I have. How many demands do I have?
Speed. Sound speed, picture speed.
Welcome back to another episode of Still Hot in Cleveland, the unofficial official Hot in Cleveland Nostalgia Vodcast. As always,
you keep lengthening the name of this thing.
This is him. This is Billy. I'm your host, former executive producer of Hot in Cleveland. Haven't had much success since. Todd and Milliner.
And I'm your co-host, Valerie Bertinelli.
And I'm your guest, and I haven't had much success. But
oh God, she's got more success than we're so lucky to have you come back.
I love you, Janie.
She strapped me to the chair.
all the way.
We only let her up to pee.
All the way to the restroom. The episode that we're talking about today is called Sisterhood of the Traveling Spanx. One of my favorite episodes of Hot in Cleveland. It was a fun rewatch. By the way,
I didn't know how we were going to pull this off. I was so frightened of this episode.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
Because I had to take Spanx off on camera.
Yes.
The funniest thing. It was the funniest thing when your legs pop up.
Oh my God. It is one of the funniest physical comedy moments of our whole show.
I said, turn away.
But first, quick programming note. Still Hot in Cleveland is brought to you by Valerie's Place. Mm-hmm. You guys are a big sponsor.
No ads.
And a reminder for all of you Valerie's Place subscribers, don't forget to stick around for the special members only Still Steamy segment. Val, would you like to explain what that is?
Yes, Still Steamy. For $2 and up, all of the members of Valerie's Place, ding, get to watch Hot in Cleveland.
Every time you say a subscriber, a bell rings.
A bell rings. That's 2 more subscribers to Still Hot in Cleveland. So, yes, so you get to see all the inside stuff that you don't see on YouTube and Spotify, where you can also find this podcast, but you get the special stuff here on Valerie's Place.
Our guest today brings joy.
Not
literally and figuratively.
Literally. You see what I did there? You know her from Frasier and Seinfeld, The Resident, Murphy Brown. I didn't know you were on Murphy Brown.
Oh yeah, I had I was a recurring character on that.
Wow.
I was Miles Silverberg, his girlfriend Audrey from the British Embassy. You know, she was.
You had a different English accent for all your different English characters that you played, and I love that because you can do all of the different, and an American accent, and all the different English accents, because there are as many, if not more.
Street to street, it changes in England.
It's crazy. Just like in America, where you can have Brooklyn, Boston, Southern, California, and there's people don't understand.
And it's such a tiny country, really.
It is,
and the accent changes literally, from street to street.
And the further north you go, where they got to Scotland, you can't understand a word, which I love.
And it's so funny when you have a Brit and they say, "Oh, that's not authentic." You're like, but we don't know. Poor actors.
We don't know. But this one knows. She knows from Manchester to... Yes, you do.
Let's give a warm Wine Cave welcome to the one and only Jane Leeves.
Jane Leeves!
Yes. We need a bigger audience. Speaking of roles,
get the cats in.
Did you know where Jane got her big break?
Do I know where Jane got her big break?
I know where Jane got her big break.
Well, I know that she was a dancer in England at 19.
Yeah.
She was a dancer on the Benny.
No, I wasn't a dancer.
You weren't a dancer?
That was my first acting job.
Benny Hill.
Yeah, my first acting job.
But that's what you were going to say. You were going to say
Yes, I was
Benny
going to
Hill.
say Benny Hill.
So, wait, and you were also in Monty Python's The Meaning of Life?
Yep.
Yes.
I was a dancer in that.
Okay.
Yes.
I was in
What was the Benny Hill one then?
The Benny Hill one. Oh, I worked with this girl and she said, I worked with Benny and I think he'd be interested in you. I was like, oh, really? So one day my phone rang and I picked up, hello, this is Benny Hill. Can I speak to Jane Leeves? And I thought, oh, Richard. That's my brother, stop it. I was like, hello. Well, he said, you've been recommended to me. I'm filming a bunch of sketches to go into the show. Would you like to come and audition for them? And I was like, great, yes, love to. But he said, well, my apartment, my flat, in Belgravia, oh my God, but I still went, how naive. And he answered the door wearing pajamas with a can of air freshener. And I thought, oh God, what have I done? But I walked into the apartment.
You still walked in?
Yeah.
Should we do a PSA for young actors?
Yeah, no, yes, we should, because do not
do that.
Do not do that. No. I mean, people know better anyway nowadays. He probably wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
He was a lovely man. But anyway, his apartment was immaculate. And I thought, very beautiful in here. And he said that the Radio Times, which is our sort of TV guide, had come and decorated it because they wanted to take a picture of him in there. Anyway, he just went off into the bedroom. I thought he was going to put some clothes on, but he didn't. He came back out in his in his pajamas and bathrobe and handed me sketches, and he kept just doing that. And we read through these sketches, and he hired me on the spot and said, "Come to Thames Television next week, and we'll film."
At 19.
Yeah, and it was literally, I'd never done any television, but he'd say, "Right, we're going to do this sketch. You're playing an Irish maid. Go to wardrobe and get something." And that's, but it was great training because it was on the fly. Yeah, so I'm...
And great for, timing, and because you have to be naturally funny, which you are, but then honing that skill of the technique of it is really important too. So that was probably a great training ground for that. Yeah.
But don't you think that you can't sort of teach people to do comedy?
No.
You can't.
No, there has to be something innately in you that is able then to... Yeah.
Although some actor on The Resident came up to me and said, "I could never do comedy, I could never be funny." And I'm like, if you could be, because, just be this earnest person saying the most ridiculous stuff,
It's true.
So there is an avenue for that.
Yeah.
But,
We always found, because we did Grimm too, so we were always, coming from comedy to drama seemed easier for actors.
Yeah.
Comedy to drama. I mean, look at people like Steve Carell and, they're so good in dramas. But you rarely see the drama person come in and be hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But I think there's a sort of certain humanity to someone who can be funny that sort of translates so well to drama.
Yeah.
There's a sort of,
Because a lot of comics and comedians are really sad.
Well, I think that we used to talk about it. Chicago produces a lot of funny people because we're all so sad and cold.
Yes, it's just so damn cold there.
Did you have a Benny Hill moment
No.
ever in your career?
No, I went straight from doing commercials to meeting Norman Lear. So pretty damn lucky.
So Norman Lear came to his door in pajamas and air freshener.
No.
But I think in Benny's defense, I think that he was a very lonely man. He didn't have anyone in his life, so they didn't have a wife or someone to say, maybe don't do that. Maybe.
But he was a perfect gentleman.
Yeah, perfect gentleman. But apparently, he showed up everywhere in pajamas.
Like
When did
Horace
Benny-
Richmond.
When did Benny Hill leave us?
Oh, it was years ago now, wasn't
Is it?
Yeah.
He's been gone for a while.
And the part in Monty Python. This
it's just
is
a
the
dancer.
same movie where it's a wafer thin mint, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, when I saw that carcass, he explodes in the
Yes.
I saw his carcass because we were in that scene in the nightclub coming down the stairs in those fake boobs.
I have to watch it again
Yes.
now.
I've got a big close up. I come down.
Oh,
It's
my-
Christmas in heaven. Hip 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 hip. Hooray. I still remember it. And then I've recently worked quite a bit with Eric Idle.
Oh,
I did the
yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I did a few plays with him.
That's like someone I would have loved to have been. Because speaking of like guest stars, like Eric Idle, but
I know.
Oh, all those private guys.
John Cleese.
we never got
John
any
Cleese.
of those guys.
Jane, before we jump into the show, please remind everyone about your book because it's been a while since you've been here.
Oh, yes, it's been a while. No, I have a book coming out in October. It's called Daphne and Me, My Life on Frasier, and a bit more. And I wrote it with my beautiful daughter.
I love it, and it's available on Amazon.
It is available for pre-order on
Well,
Amazon.
depending on when
And
this airs.
all the bookstores that you like, if you like Barnes & Noble, go there too.
It comes out in October.
Yeah. And it's funny and,
It's funny.
But it's like you're
funny and
like
sweet.
a full part of your life and your career, and like
Yes.
So, this episode is in season 2, and season 1 was tremendously successful. We talked to Doug Herzog when he was on the show, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, but he called me after we premiered and the numbers came in and said, "Congrats, you discovered a new network."
Wow.
And so season 1
like
was
that's like really hard to do.
yeah, and also kind of so perfect for TV land because they were already playing kind of the
Our show fit perfectly into that nostalgic feeling.
Yeah.
Like you brought up in the last episode that there was something very nostalgic about wanting to be on the set with all of these ladies and these characters and just wanting to always spend time with them because everything felt familiar.
Yeah.
And that's what their programming
And also
was.
like 4 familiar faces from the sort of the different ages of comedy, with Betty and Wendy. And,
Yep.
and I realised I knew both of you before the show.
Yes, you've worked,
Betty and
No,
Well,
I
you
knew
worked
Wendy.
with Jane, but we knew each other personally.
We knew each other personally, but Wendy played. She's actually.
she was on Frasier.
Yeah, she was on
Yeah.
Frasier. She married John Mahoney's
Yeah,
character, so
yeah.
she's actually my mother-in-law. I
Wow.
would always remind her of that.
But did the show feel different coming back season 2? Like, did you, now that we were a hit? Because it's got to be, like season 1, you just don't know. You don't know if you're going to be picked up. Do you remember if it felt different coming back?
I had a sense of security. It just felt like we belonged.
It did feel like that we'd found a place for ourselves in the TV world. Mm-hmm. It really did, because people genuinely loved the show.
Yeah,
So, I think it did feel, it felt more secure coming back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about this already a little bit, but so does anything stand out to you? Because we just rewatched, but does anything stand out to you in particular before we actually go into more detail?
And just having to take my underwear off on camera. It's like, how the hell am I supposed to do this?
Yeah, because
I'm shy.
did
What did you just say?
yeah, that's what you are.
I'm a bit of a prude, believe it or not.
Because the Spanx came from you. I don't know if you remember at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, are we switching?
I went to, you think Joy's in a therapy session,
Yes.
and then it turns out, and the lady said, it works better here with the crystal ball.
Yes.
And so you find out that she's gone to see a lady with a
Yes.
crystal, what are they called?
A fortune teller.
A fortune teller, rather than a therapist.
Or psychic, I guess psychic.
Yeah, a psychic. And she says, I've a solution for you, and she throws these Spanx out. So it's like, what? What? Do you validate parking? I'm getting out of here,
So the Spanx were magical?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
You were in the show.
I grab I take the Spanx
I haven't seen it in a long
from
time.
the lady, and my phone rings immediately, and it's this guy, Oliver,
That you've been wanting to go out with.
that I
Yes.
saw at the supermarket, and we exchanged numbers, and he calls and says, come over, and I'm like, oh my God, maybe I will
So the
take
Spanx
these.
worked.
Yeah, so the Spanx worked.
Oh.
We made a date, I slipped on the Magic Spanx, and I truly believed things were finally going to turn around for me. I like where this is heading.
So then I wanted the Spanx.
Yes.
Because I had Jack Wagner that I wanted to date.
Well, no, you met Jack Wagner in the bar.
Yes.
Because he was the doctor.
Here's what I think happened, because I went on this, what I thought was going to be a date, and it turns out he wanted me to babysit his son.
Yes.
I reckon I gave you the Spanx and says, how about it? Because,
And you went to the bar.
And you went to the bar.
And there was a big, I don't know if you remember the stunt, but it was...
Oh, yes. It was terrifying.
The server falls down,
Yeah.
and Jack Wagner says...
I need more than these napkins to make a tourniquet. I need something with compression. Does anybody here have anything that's strong and stretchy? It's a matter of life or death.
Oh,
Yes.
right. And
Does
I'm like,
anyone-
I don't want... Oh, and I take them off.
Yes.
Okay.
Take the Spanx off.
Yes,
You're like,
so-
everybody turn around.
I said, turn away.
So they did end up being lucky for you. Because he came back to
Then
the
he
house.
came back to the apartment.
With your wallet.
Right.
And said maybe one of my favorite lines of season 2.
I have your wallet. You must have dropped it when you were trying to give me your girdle.
Spanx.
You're welcome.
That was my favorite.
That is a great
I
line.
don't
A great
think
line.
I laughed. I
That
don't think we could
is-
keep
It's just-
going. It was
Sometimes it's the simplest.
the
Yeah.
simplest.
It's the
Was that the one you thought I was
simplest
going to
thing.
say?
You're
You're
Okay.
welcome. Oh my God, that's right. It got a huge laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Jack's ever gotten a laugh that big before.
I don't. I mean, really, because he was. He didn't really do a lot of multicams. too,
No,
and so
he didn't. But
he was so
he was
great.
so good.
Yeah.
And but let's talk about the physical comedy, because that's one of the because I've been rewatching everything, and the physical comedy.
It was a lot.
I mean, there was a lot.
It was fun.
And do you guys? I mean, as
Yes.
actors.
All the time.
I love it.
By the way, rewatch the show if you have a
so
chance,
fabulous.
because they are so great and easy to rewatch.
Yeah.
Like a
They're 20 minutes
minutes.
long.
Okay, the psychic in the beginning, which Jane was just talking about, swears the women will have good luck.
These not ordinary Spanx. Magic Spanx. They shape and control the future.
Joy was superstitious, I guess. Or, no, she was dubious of this. But Jane, in real life, do you have any superstitions? Have you ever gone to a psychic? Let's start there.
I haven't ever gone to a psychic, but I am not superstitious as much as a creature of habit. Like, I always have to have the same, when I fly to England, I always have to have the same seat.
Interesting.
I have to have things a certain way.
Yeah.
I think that's been called what is that?
Anal.
Control.
But that's a little superstition. It's like a baseball player jumping over the
right,
line.
yeah.
and-
Is there a
Yeah.
reason this particular seat you want it is because you had a good trip the very first time you had that seat, and then you just
I
repeated the
don't
seat?
know, but I get really annoyed if I'm trying to book it and I see someone's in that seat. I'm like, I'm going on a different flight.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So it's little things like that, you know, and parking. I have to like be in the middle of the lines, you know, and if I'm
Thank God.
And I know. That's
I
so-
hate people that just go over
But
the line.
I mean, I get Marshall's like, honey, it's fine. No, I'm like, no. I like
Oh, this is where we're like, I will keep backing up until I'm right between the lines.
What about your superstition? Any superstitions? Any psychics?
Oh, yeah.
In your life?
Yes.
What are you superstitious
About gratitude. If I'm not grateful for everything in my life, then it won't stay. I have to be grateful. Even the really difficult, challenging times that I've been through, I need to be grateful for those because I learn from them.
Yeah.
So I can't go, I wish that never happened. It's like, nah, I might not have enjoyed it. It was really uncomfortable, but I'm glad it happened because of where I've gotten.
where it led you.
Where it led me, exactly. And where I was able, now, if I'm smart enough to take the lesson and then work with it so I can learn from it, but, you know, not wallow in it, hopefully. So, yeah, and I've seen psychics. I believe in past life therapy and all that kind of stuff. I think it's fascinating. I think there's so much to our world that we don't see or feel until we still and quiet ourselves, and then you can start to feel it. I believe in signs from past people, from people that I love that have gone, especially because in the last 10 years I've lost 3 people that I love. So it's I feel them around a lot.
That's interesting to me because it's like I lost my pops, you know, a few
I
years
loved
back.
him so
Oh, I
much.
know. Great guy,
He's
but,
amazing.
It's almost like you get through that awful grief, and then you just realize they're with you now all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's
No
that-
doubt.
No doubt. There's that feeling of that person is absolutely present.
That love energy that your father gave you, that you felt when he was alive, is still there. That energy doesn't go anywhere. It's love.
Yeah.
So I definitely believe in that.
And I see him when I look in the mirror. I see him when I look at my son.
Yes.
My son
Yes.
looks so much like my father, you know, and it's so yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you never lose that. You never lose them.
Never.
Was anybody in the cast more superstitious than anybody else? Like, or do you remember?
Betty was so superstitious. Like,
Really?
we would be walking down, going to the entrance of something. I remember we were in New York, and we were going somewhere, and I remember there, like, we couldn't all fit on the sidewalk a certain way, so I was going to go around it. She goes, no, never split. So we all had to go on one side
Wow.
of a pole or something. She didn't want, she said,
Didn't
that's
want
bad
it,
luck. Yeah.
Interesting.
She was very superstitious in that
I always
way.
remember, like, always sort of stupidly having a shoulder behind her as protection in case she, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
especially when people were crowding her because people
Yeah.
just loved her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd always sort of be like a bouncer with just a shoulder here, you know.
Yeah.
Just to sort of make sure.
We were very
she
protective
wouldn't-
of her.
Yeah, but she inspired so much love in people, which was, you know.
It was really
Yeah.
beautiful to see because people would light up around her because she was a light.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was phenomenal.
You know, Bob Heath told me very early on, don't take this for granted, which goes back to your gratitude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and while you're in it, you're like, oh God, we got to get this guest cast. We've got to, you know, we've got to you get the cowboy to light a fire.
Yeah. I found myself once
Yeah.
getting all like, oh God, and then I went, you shut the fuck up. Because you're going to, and so I literally, that's the last time you're going to do that because I said, this is never going to happen again in this way with these women and these writers.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Because there was something so.
Yeah.
I mean, being of a certain age as well, you know.
Yeah.
I was turning 50, you were turning 50, Wendy was turning 60, Betty was turning 90, and we were all these women of a certain age where, you know, we reach these big milestones, and here we are with an example in front of us.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
there's Wendy, then there's Betty, and you've got this. What a gift that was.
Yeah.
What a gift to see how you can just keep moving forward. You
Yep.
know?
Yeah.
And doing something that you love,
love.
doing something creative.
People
Like you're
you
creative.
love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't that the thing about age? It's like always look to the next generation, you know, in front of you, and just see, grab hold of someone who you admire, and just, you know, learn from that.
Yep. I know boomers we haven't been the greatest example, for a lot of us boomers, but I think there are boomers out there that can be a great example for the generations behind us, because I do believe that. And
Yeah.
a lot of the silent generation are no longer with us or leaving us. So I think we have to hold up and be better citizens of the world, because we have a job to do that the silent generation did for us.
Well, you thought in this episode, getting back to this episode,
sorry.
because I'm going to start weeping, you didn't think that the Spanx worked for you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the episode, you realize, and she's reading to the child you're babysitting.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what caused your Joy to
suddenly realize that she's going to go and
Yeah.
have a baby for herself, look for a baby.
Before it's too late, I'd like to raise a child of my own. I think I might be good at it.
I bet you would be good at it.
And?
No, and? Just take the compliment.
When
It was
did
a
we
lovely
do the
moment.
episode where we actually meet Joy's son?
It's
so much
it's
God, that was
coming
the
up with
most.
Michael.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
we'll talk
so-
about that one then.
Yeah.
No, not with Michael Berger. I mean, that was Michael. That was
Michael, yes.
Yes.
Michael, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a difficult birth, that episode, but it turned out so great. Right?
I don't know that we ever got through that scene without laughing.
No. Well,
Because Betty was doing an Irish accent, and you.
Oh my gosh.
we were all doing different accents.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And I was doing a bad British accent, because that's the only kind of British accent I could do.
I was doing a bad American.
It was
Oh my God,
so.
I loved your American accent so much. I loved it.
We are gonna have to. I don't know if that's one of the episodes.
At some point.
I don't know if it is, but we're gonna have to.
I don't think we have to be like sticklers for a particular episode.
Yeah,
if
but
it,
I mean,
if it just starts, we feel like
It might not be
about
one
it.
we picked yet, but I want to rewatch that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So I think it would be fun, and maybe Michael, who became a friend after
Yeah.
that. I'd
Yeah.
love to see him again. So maybe,
Oh, yeah.
maybe we can dial him in. Did you like exploring the motherhood side of Joy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's something that's so much a part of
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
being a mum. Yeah, I loved it. And women have, struggle with fertility and having kids
Yeah.
and, when is the right time? It's like men can have babies whenever they want, but women, there's a shelf life for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
And so it was I think it sort of perhaps hopefully spoke to some women about that struggle,
Yeah.
and that there are more ways to be a mother than just having a child of your own,
Yeah.
because we end up with a baby. I mean, I won't say anything.
Well, it's funny that when we talk about this episode, but when I think about it on a broader scale, this episode kind of comes back and kind of hits you in the stomach a little bit emotionally.
Yeah.
And that's what we did a lot of the time.
Yeah.
The writers were so good at having those moments on the porch, where we could have a nice emotional moment and then still get somebody to undercut it
Yep.
with something.
That's the best comedy
Yeah,
to me,
agreed.
is where you do something where you really feel like you're on the verge of
Yeah.
tears, and then boom,
Yeah.
a laugh comes in
Yeah.
where you weren't expecting.
Yeah.
It's the most satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that you're running that full range of emotions all in one.
I found Frasier was really good at that
Yeah.
too. And Frasier was really good about going to a break without a laugh sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was
That's
okay.
true.
And we never had the music,
Yeah.
There were no music on Frasier.
It was- yeah.
between scenes.
Yeah.
It was just,
Yeah. But I thought that Hot in Cleveland and Frasier were so good at the act breaks.
Yeah.
Making you want to come back.
And the intro, there was always
Yeah.
that like
the cold
the
open.
60s,
Cold
the cold
opening,
open. Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, and you remember, I don't know if you remember, but a lot of people do this now. We started doing filmed in front of a live studio audience because we wanted people to know that it wasn't a laugh track.
yeah.
And so we had all of you guys record it. Do you remember?
Yes.
And sometimes people think it's a laugh track
Yeah.
because you have to cut the laughs.
You have to cut it down.
Yeah, because when we're filming, sometimes the laughs go on and on,
Yeah,
and then it
yeah.
sort of dies down, and then it comes back up again.
It's
They-
true.
they-
Yeah.
it comes in a wave, and so that's sometimes why it might sound a bit.
Yeah, 'cause we have to-
because you have to cut it.
Yeah, we would go
Yeah.
to the mix and we'd
Yeah.
say we gotta.
Gotta lose
And
that.
then if do yourself a favor and watch an old episode of Honeymooners when the episodes were truly closer to a half hour and they let the laughs roll.
Yeah.
Because that's how we live. I wish we didn't have commercial breaks.
And
but
some of the most fun is just, and it's you have no shame when you're just trying to like let that laugh, try to pull everything out of that laugh that you can and see how long. And Betty was the master
the
of it.
master of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
she just.
just a look.
And then they'd laugh, and then she'd somehow just move her hair a bit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they'd laugh, just extraordinary.
So
Yep.
subtle and interesting, and especially whenever she'd miss a line or something, she even made that funny.
Yeah. And they loved it, the audience.
Yes,
That
yes.
was the best thing. The audience loved
thank
it
God.
when we messed up.
Betty. We just talked about Betty giving you a compliment in this episode, and you guys were always so. It was hilarious. But was she as generous off camera
Oh, yeah.
as she was on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With everybody, with the crew, with
Yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
you know. She
Especially
was
if you had a
great.
dog.
Oh, especially,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
The
I
way
think.
to
Go ahead.
Betty's heart, wasn't it? To
Yep.
get through animals.
Yeah.
Her love for animals was just never-ending and extraordinary, and the bravery she showed with animals. There's a fantastic picture she showed us. She was face to face with a bear, and the bear.
I have that picture.
You have that picture.
Yes.
And the bear is like.
Yeah.
And Betty's like.
Right in her face. In fact, I think her hair is blowing back a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. She
I have
had
that picture.
No fear.
Yeah.
And they could feel it, you know.
Yeah.
And the gorilla that she had a relationship with.
Right.
Was it Coco?
Yes, it was the one that
Yeah,
And
right.
in
could
fact,
sign.
her dressing room was full of paintings that had been done by this gorilla.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
What we would get her for her birthday, because what do you get someone who has
Yeah.
everything, is one year we brought in a box of puppies.
Yeah.
One year we brought in a tiger cub.
Yeah. Tiger.
Yeah.
And we bought her an elephant at a sanctuary somewhere.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's before we leave this episode, because we have to. I wanted to. One of the funniest scenes for me was your reaction when the man who you thought we were going over for a date, and he thought he hired a babysitter. That entire run. I don't know if you enjoyed it as much as I did.
It was good.
When
It
it
was
just
great.
keeps getting worse
It
for
was
you.
great, yeah. He keeps saying one thing. No, the girl I was thinking of was much younger. It
Yeah.
was a young girl. No, it was a young girl.
A young girl.
And I was like, okay, thanks.
I'm so glad this finally happened.
Joy, this is awkward. I think on the day we met at the market, I met another lady, a young lady. Not that you're not young, but I'm looking for a babysitter for my 3-year-old son, and I think I wrote down her number next to yours. So when I called you,
You were looking for a babysitter.
I am so sorry. You know, I didn't remember the babysitter having an English accent, but then I thought, great, she sounds just like Mary Poppins.
Yes, well, it's going to take more than a spoonful of sugar to make this one go down.
And only Joy could take it.
Oh my gosh.
Like only that character, and the way that you
Yeah.
reacted, it's just like you could see your years of trauma, just like Joy, just going, "Yep, I'm just gonna be just
Yeah.
fine."
And that
This is-
laugh.
yeah.
You laughed so much in that scene, just about how sad Joy was and what situation she found
It's
herself
getting
in.
worse. And the kid comes in and
Oh,
insults
yeah.
me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought I was getting pretty Cindy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, kid.
Yes, tonight you're stuck with Why Did I Buy a New Dress, Joy?
It's just insult.
It's just old
insult.
Joy.
Yeah.
I love it. Love
Okay,
it.
we've got so much more to chat about with Jane, including a fun game.
Oh, games.
You know these games
Oh,
are fun.
no.
And that's all going to come in the Still Steamy segment
Still Steamy.
of Still Hot in Cleveland. Valerie, do you know? Could
Do you wanna hear
please
about
do me
Still
a favor?
Steamy?
Remind me about that.
Yeah, Still Steamy for everybody who is a Valerie's Place member, $2 and up. If you are registered, you get all of Still Steamy. You get all of our podcasts, Still Hot in Cleveland. You get all of the stuff that people on YouTube and Spotify do not get. So, there
And
you
as a
go. You're
bonus,
special.
for VIP and preferred members, we have a special voicemail.
Yes.
And so many cool people have called in, including Huey Lewis. So call in, leave a message, and who knows, Val and I and Jane might actually answer the question on a future episode.
Yep.
If Jane comes back.
We're going to get Jane and Wendy back at the same time.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Well, we maybe for a live episode.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Be fun.
Okay, well, we're going to come back for Still Steamy. And Jane, drink up.
Hi, welcome to Valerie's Place. Come on in. I like to think that while this is my house, Valerie's Place is our home. It's a destination hub. We can share lifestyle, cooking, fashion. What I really want to do is share stories. I want to build this place together with all of you. You can sign up today, go to valeriesplace.com, find out which tier you want. They start at $2. The first week is free, and then come on in.